Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel, and welcome to Must Have Mondays, where we do a lot more tips and tricks and my top favorites and things like that. So I'm going to be doing my top favorites on Mondays in our Must Have Mondays, and today I'm going to go through my 10 palettes that I will keep if I was to get rid of everything in my collection. The 10 palettes that I will keep. This was very hard for me to select. These are all affordable palettes, but I have so many affordable palettes. I have like almost, I think about 80, so it was really hard for me to pick my top 10. But yeah, if everything else was to go, these are the top 10 that I will keep first. So I'm not going to do it in any particular order. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through them. So if you want to see what I picked for my top 10 palettes, then keep on watching. The first palette that I will keep for my collection, if I was to get rid of everything else, will be my Reloaded Neutrals 3. As I mentioned in my video ranking my Reloaded palettes, I'll put the link in the cards. This is my #1 palette from the Reloaded collection, and if I was to get rid of every other palette, I would definitely keep this one. I love this palette. I love the color range. I love the color story. I love the depth and the richness of the pigments in here. So from Revolution, this is the only one I'll actually keep in my top 10. If I was to get rid of everything else, this is the first one I will keep from my Revolution collection. So yeah, this is the Reloaded 3. So this will definitely be in my top 10. The second palette that I would keep is from Profusion. So this is the Profusion Royals palette. I love this palette because the transition shades go with a lot of shimmer shades. You can pair with a lot of good shimmer shades. So as you can see here, there is 4 transitions and the rest are mattes. There's 10 shades in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are transitions and the rest of them are mattes. I love this color story because the transition shades can go with all the mattes in here, and it can go with a lot of the other palettes as well. I chose these palettes as my top 10 because I feel like I can do a varied amount of looks. I can I can get versatility from them if I had only them in the collection. So that's why I chose these top 10. But yeah, I love this palette. I love this gold here called Zenith. I love this gold here called Zenith. This is really pretty gold. The silver is also really nice. This blue is beautiful, and the rose gold. I just love this palette. It's very affordable. I think it's about £7 or so. I bought it from the profusion.co.uk site, but yeah, it's about £6 or £7, and even on Profusion, if you live in the USA, Profusion, this one is about $5 in the US, so it's very affordable. So if you haven't tried the Profusion Royals palette, it's a must-have for me. Sticking with Profusion, I'm going to keep 2 palettes from Profusion in my collection. The next one I will keep from Profusion will be the Siennas palette. This palette I love for everyday neutral looks. The color story doesn't look too rich when you look at it initially, but it actually shows up amazingly on your eyes. This is one of the best drugstore palettes I've ever tried. The pigmentation is amazing. It's so buttery and smooth on your lid. This color here, which is like the darkest brown, called Cozy, it doesn't look very deep in here, especially for a deep dark skin tone, but once you pop it on your lid, it actually goes on really deep. So yeah, I love this palette. I love the burgundies and the rose gold as well here. It's also very pretty. So yeah, I would definitely keep my Sienna's palette. Again, this retails for about $10, or like I think on the UK site it's like $11.99. I think I bought mine from Amazon for $10. So yeah, I really do love this palette. So this is the Sienna's palette, and it will definitely be the next palette that I will keep for my collection in my top 10 will be the Good Sport by Colorpop. I really like this palette. I've done some great looks with it. I haven't used it that much, but I know that if everything else was to go, I will want to definitely keep this. So yeah, this is the Good Sport palette. Unfortunately, they don't sell this anymore. I checked the Colorpop website the other day, and they've taken out a lot of the old palettes from the website now. The only ones you can see on the website now are the ones that they've released in the last 6 months or so. But yeah, the Good Sport palette, if you do own this, you know what I mean. It's an amazing palette. The color stories are rich, the pigmentation is amazing. This green here called EBB, I don't know what that means, but the green here called EBB is so pretty. It's just a gorgeous palette. So if you didn't catch this one, sorry, they don't sell it anymore, but yeah, I would definitely keep this if everything else was to go for my collection. The next couple of palettes that I will keep in my top 10 will be from BH Cosmetics. I've mentioned this on our Instagram a couple of times, so you know how much I love this palette. This is the Aurora Lights from BH Cosmetics. This is still sold on the BH Cosmetics websites and even on Beauty Bay, and I think even currently it's on sale, so check it out if you haven't got this palette. This palette is so stunning. Everything is shimmers in here, but it goes so well with, yeah, with if you have a matte palette and you have this palette, you can do tons and tons of looks from this palette. It has blues, it has pinks, purples, silvers, golds. It's just so beautiful. This pigmentation, how it goes on, the shimmer it gives off, the metallicness. Let me stop talking about this palette, guys, because I can go on and on. I think I watched a couple of YouTubers that recommended this palette, and when I bought it, I did not regret it. It's stunning. Another BH Cosmetics palette that I would definitely keep would be the original Zodiac palette that they released. This is what kind of kick off their whole Zodiac series that they did. I don't do Zodiac, I don't believe in it, I don't mess with it, but I just love the color story of this palette. That's why I bought it. And this palette is incredibly beautiful. BH Cosmetics pigmentation, I just don't know how they do it for the prices that they do. I have hardly been ever disappointed with a BH Cosmetics palette that I bought. Their color stories, their pigmentations, just how buttery and soft their pigments are, is just amazing. I love BH Cosmetics palettes. So yeah, the BH Cosmetics Zodiac original palette would definitely be in my top 10. I love that this has more neutral and purple transition shades, and then the shimmer shades are very varied. You know, the Aquarius is like kind of like a goldish, greenish, it just shifts so many different colors. It's so pretty. It has greens in there, a few purples and lilacs, very unique shimmer shades around the perimeter, and then this highlighter in the middle, which I don't really use, but yeah, this palette is absolutely amazing. You just need to tap in a little bit and you get great pigmentation. So if you have not tried this yet, then you definitely. That was this Zodiac palette from BH Cosmetics. The next palette I will keep is from Morphe. I have quite a number of Morphe palettes, but this is the one I would keep if I was to only keep 10. It's a bit messy. It's a lot messy because I use this for so many things. I use it on myself. I use it when I do other people's makeup. This palette is so versatile. It's so beautiful. The packaging is terrible, but the shades and the pigmentation is amazing. If you do other people's makeup, you do bridal, this you can do so many looks. So yeah, I would definitely keep this because of the versatility and the pigmentation. I even use these kind of colors as blush sometimes if I travel. This is my travel palette basically. So yeah, I love this palette and I would definitely keep this if I was to only keep 10 palettes. The next palette I will keep for my collection will be the Masquerade mini palette from Juvia's. This palette, when I first got it, I did not like it. I don't know why, I just didn't feel like it was packing the punch that I wanted it to, and now I am in love with this palette. This palette, I feel like it's so, again, very versatile because you get all these like neutral shades at the bottom. 2 rows are kind of like neutral shades to do like everyday looks or soft looks with, and then you can really go, you know, creative with the top rows with the blues and the purples. So yeah, the blues are really my favorite. I love these blues. I've done some really great looks with these blues. I haven't used this green Mali very much, so I really want to use that next. It really gets my creativity going, this palette, so I really do love it, and I'll definitely keep the mini Masquerade if I was to get rid of everything else. The last 2 palettes in my collection that I will keep if I was to get rid of everything else will be the Slush Palette from Juvia's. Once again, I love that this will give me color in my collection. If I only had 10 palettes, it will give me the colors that I need. This palette, packaging, 10 out of 10. color selection, 10 out of 10. It is incredibly beautiful. Like, you have everything you need for a colorful look in this palette. It's so pretty. I just love this palette. It makes you feel really creative. The pigmentation is great. I just love it. So yeah, my Slush palette would definitely go nowhere if I was to get rid of everything else. This would definitely stay. And then the last palette that I would keep if I was to get rid of everything else will be my latest purchase, which I've done a video on it. I will link it in the cards. And I've only used this palette once, but it's bae already. It's baby daddy, it's hubby, it's everything. I love this palette. And this is the Rude Cosmetics Roaring 20s Reckless palette. This palette is beautiful. Like, it's so unique, and I feel like it will just give me some very unique looks in my collection, and it will really help round out my collection with something that is not like anything else I have, you know. So yeah, the Roaring 20s Reckless palette is amazing. I've only used it once, as I said, but I'm already in love. Color story is stunning. It's incredibly unique. It's incredibly colorful. Lots of duochromes, lots of greens and purples. Yeah, this palette is just beautiful. I just don't know what to say about it. It's just stunning. So I would definitely not get rid of this. This would definitely be. That is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick short video of my top 10 palettes that I would keep. If I was to only keep 10, I will link the palettes that I can find below in the description box. So go check them out if you want to purchase any of these. I'll give you some links below. And yeah, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, loves.